Hi there and welcome to our channel. So in today's lesson, I'll be showing you that how you can create a desktop application in Python. For this application using Python, there is only one prerequisite that you must have Python installed in your system. Okay. And you know the basics of Python programming language. It's actually very easy language. So if you know the basics, that is going to work very well. Even if you so first of all, I'm just going to create a program. Let's say I'm naming it as, let's say I am naming it as try.py. Okay. I have, I'm going to write down a simple program first and then we're going to create the application. Okay. In try.py, what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with my date and time functions. So you must be knowing that in Python, like in other programming languages, like in C, C++, we have header files, right? Similarly, in Python, we have libraries, okay? And if we want to use any particular library, we need to import this, okay? If you must have done any of the other programming language, like if you are doing Java, you need to import some packages. If you are doing C, C++, then you need to write hash include iostream, stdio kind of thing. So here we are simply going to write import date and time. Now, because what I'm going to do actually in this program, I'm going to calculate the age, right? So how we are going to do that, because we need to have date for that, right? So first of all, I'm just doing this task by defining a function. In Python, defining a function is very simple. You just need to write a word, keyword, that is def. Def stands for define. And then you need to write the name of the function. Suppose I am taking the name of the function as age. And I'm going to have, okay, right now I'm taking it as age. And inside age, what I'm going to take, I'm going to take a year. And in this year, what I'm going to do, I'm going to see, I want that, I want, suppose if my date of birth is 1990, I want to calculate that how old I am. So what I'm going to do, that whatever is the current year, I just want to subtract my date of birth and I want to calculate how old I am, right? So first of all, I want to have that current date with me. Okay. So for that current date, I have date and time library. Inside that date and time library, I have date and time module. Inside that date and time module, I have a function that is known as now. Now is going to display me the current date and time. Since I am saying date time, so it is going to give me the current date as well as the time. Okay, but I'm not concerned with time, I am concerned only with year. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write year, that is this variable where I have stored the current date and time. From that variable, I just want to get the year. Okay, so that is why year is going to be a keyword. So from this particular value, whatever is returned by datetime.datetime.now, see, this now is a function, datetime is a module, and datetime is a library. From datetime library, I am extracting datetime module, and from that module, I am extracting only the now function. It is going to give me date plus time. In date, it is going to give me day, month, year, everything according to my system settings. Okay, so see, if my system setting is that current year is 21, so it will give me output according to that, right? So but I am not concerned with the time factor or month or day, right? I'm only concerned with the year factor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extract the year value from this particular answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, what will I do, I'll write down, I'll take a variable that is age, and inside age, what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract year 1, that would be the current time, minus year. Okay, whatever value user is going to specify, I'm going to subtract those two values. Okay, then what we are going to do, we are just going to print this age. Okay, this is a simple program. Right now I have not created any application, I am just going to run this code for you. Okay, now outside this, see, you must have read some of the programming language and you must have seen that if you are defining a user defined function, you need to call that function. Okay, so I have defined this function, now I need to call this function. Okay, so here I am making a call to this function, that is calculate underscore age. Now inside this, what I'm going to pass, see, if you have noticed, year 1 variable I do have, but I don't have year 2 variable. Now year 2 is being passed as a parameter to this function, so I'm taking year 2 here. Now in this year 2, whatever value user is going to give, let's say I'm going to give a fixed value, suppose I'm going to take it as 1990. Okay, now whatever value I'll give, it will give me the output according to that. Okay, so according to the current year, that is 2020, and I have given 1990 as the 1 year, it is going to give me the output, that is 30. Let's just run this code and let's just have a look. Python code is, you need to write Python and the name of the file, that is try.py. So it is giving me the output, that is 30, right? So what I'm going, this is behaving like a back end. Now I'm going to create a front end for my desktop application, right? See, whatever interfaces you see on your website or anywhere, they must have two ends. One is front end, one is back end. You have created the back end work. Now we are going to create a front end, that is the interface for the user, right? So let's just have a new file. Let's just create a new file and let's just name this file as front.py. Okay. Now in this front.py, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple frame. Okay, now what I need, first of all, I need to install a package, a library of Python that is known as WX Python. Okay, you need to install this very first. Let me just show it to you. If you can just see my console, my output screen. See, I'm going to write this same thing here, but I have already installed this on my system, so it is not going to give me any kind of error or that, because I have already installed it, right? But if you are installing it for the very first time, maybe it can throw you some kind of error or warnings. So if it is going to throw the warnings, then you can simply ignore the warnings. But if it is going to give you any kind of error, then I am going to give the solution for that error, the possible error that could come, right? See, it is going to give me the error and I'm going to ignore this error and I'm going to work with my, work with WX Python, okay? But suppose in case it is going to give you the error, then what you can do, I'm writing this as a comment. You need that while installing that on your system. So I'm just writing this as a comment. Second version, if suppose this line is going to give you the error, line number 1, then there is a different variation. You can write it like this. Okay. So this must be run on your system. See, I have written only WX Python and it has been installed on my system. But if in case it will throw any kind of error, then you can write this thing also. That is, we are just giving the permission to the user. Okay. So now what we are going to do, I am going to see, like I told you that in try.py, we have imported one library, that is datetime, because I want to use that now function, right? Similarly, now I am going to use the function of WX. Okay. So for that, first of all, I need to install that WX, and once I have installed that WX, now I can import WX, right? So first of all, what we are going to do, see, if you can just have a look at this screen only, what kind of screen it is, first of all, it is a window. Okay, it is a window. There is a area specified. So first of all, I'm going to create that area. I'm going to take a variable that is app. This is a variable that is defined by me. You can have name of the variable, anything. You can have app1, anything, whatever you want, right? And inside that, now I'm going to use a predefined function of WX. Now this is a predefined function. This is working like a keyword. You cannot change it. It is going to have a capital of app, right? So first of all, what I have done, I have taken an app. I'm going to create a simple window. Inside that window, nothing would be written right now. Okay, the title bar, see the names are shown here, like they have written Python programs, Visual Studio Code. Can you see this frame? Now again, frame is a variable name that I can name it anything, right? We usually take same name because that won't create any kind of confusion. So that means if I'm using app, I'll name it as app by using a different case. Suppose your app is having a capital A, I can use small a, just in order to avoid the confusion, but this is not a fixed format, right? So inside that app, what I'm going to use a function of WX, that is frame. if you want to use a function of a library, you need to write that library first. That is wx dot that specific function which you are going to import, right? So inside that frame, what I'm going to give, parent is equals to none. Now what is this parent? See, what is this parent? Sometimes if you have seen that we have multiple windows opened inside a window, that is known as parent child window. Okay, here we are going to create one single window, so that is why I have written there is no parent of it, right? And title, let's say I'm going to give a title, let's say I'm saying desktop application, whatever title you want to give, desktop application demo. This is the title that I'm going to give. Okay, and then I'm going to use a panel variable. Okay, panel always works with frame. Now inside this panel, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a function that is panel, and inside that panel I'm going to use frame. Okay, so till now we are going to use this only. Okay, and after that we just want to show these things to the user, so we'll write frame dot show. We are going to do capital S for that. Okay, let's just run this code once and let's just see what happens. So see, I'm going to run python front.py. Okay, front.py. Let's just run this code. See, if you have noticed that there is a screen flickering on my system, if you can just have a look. Why that flickering? Because I have not written anything. That screen would be, that window is constantly showing to me. So for that, if you want to show your window constantly onto your screen, that there is a function that is known as app.main, then loop. Okay, now with the help of this, your screen would be shown to you constantly. It is not going to okay, I have used the variable name that is app1, so that is why it is going to give me the error. Okay, so see, this is my desktop. You have given the title that is desktop application demo, so it is the title. Since it is a window, it is an app, so that is why it is giving me all the three buttons like a window has, that is minimize, restore, maximize, or cross, or in order to close, but there is nothing inside it. Okay, so now we are going to work with that. We are going to create boxes, we are going to create labels like we do have here. We have the buttons that is explorer. When we click on it, something is happening, right? So similar way we are going to create these kind of things in our this application. So see, with this particular line of code, we have just the output, that is this. There is a simple window having its title but nothing more in it, right? So now we are going to work on this window, right? So first of all, let's just have a label. Okay, I'm going to run it one by one and I'm going to show it to you one by one. So I'm going to take a label, let's name it as label 1. Okay, you can have any name, like I am telling you that this is a variable name, you can have any. But these are the fixed things that you cannot change. Okay, text, static text. Why I'm saying statics? Because I'm going to define label in this, and labels cannot be changed. Let's say I'm saying that label is equals to, I can give a label that is name. Okay, this is the label that I want to give. Okay, now let's just run this code once. So see if you can just have a look that a label is appearing inside my window, that is name. Now I just want to enter the name like we do. We just want to, enter the values. I want to enter my name corresponding to that name label. Okay, for that what we are going to do, we are going to have an input box. Okay, input box, I am naming it as input box 1. You can give it any name, there is no problem in that. Then we are going to use a function of wx, that is text control. Inside text control, I'm going to write panel. Now let's just run this code once and let's just have a look. See if you can just notice, this my name has been overwritten by this text box. This is a text box, I can write anything in it. Okay, overwritten my label, that is name. Okay, because I have not erased that. Okay, so for that what we need to do, we need to define the dimensions where a particular label, where a particular box should appear on my screen, on my window. Okay, So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to define a variable that is known as sizer. Okay, sizer is equals to wx dot, we are going to use a function of wx that is known as grid bag sizer, that is known as grid bag and then sizer. Okay, now we are going to use this function. How we are going to use this function? We'll specify the dimensions. How? Let's just have a look. We are going to write sizer. See, this is the variable name. If you are naming it as sizer1, you will need to write here sizer1. Okay, sizer1 dot add. Now what I am saying that you need to add sizer1. Add is a function that is going to give the dimensions to that particular variable. Okay, sizer dot add. Now what I am saying that you need to add input label 1. Where I want to add that input label 1, suppose I want to add that at location 0 0, and let's save it. Okay, similarly I'm going to add sizer dot add, okay, input underscore box 1. Okay, and where I'm going to do this very parallel, I want to have both the things parallel, so that is going to have the same x-axis but that is going to have different y-axis because I want to show them in front of one another. For that I need to write one thing, that is panel dot, I need to write that set sizer and fit. Okay, fit what? That is sizer. So according to the size, suppose if you have written last name, so it is going to fit according to the size. I'm not saying that 0 1, you don't know how long that is going to be. So we are saying as much as it requires. Okay, give them that much space, whatever is required. Okay, similarly what we are going to say that you need to have the same specifications for your frame, that is set sizer and fit. Inside that we are going to have sizer. Okay, so now let's just run our code. Just have a look. This is my desktop application. If I can just drag it for you, see, name and then your text box, you can write anything. Now this is not overwritten, nothing is overwritten by any other thing. Okay, you can write anything in this. Okay, now what I just want that I just want to calculate the age. See, here we have calculated the age, but I want to pass the parameter that is year 2 from this file instead of this file. Okay, and I want the output. I don't want to run the output. I don't want to display the output on the console and my desktop application, right? So for that, what we need to do, first of all, we are going to create similar kind of labels. One name, let's say I want to have one more label. Let's say I'm naming it as year. Okay, and then box. We cannot have same things, right? And then we need to do these two things again because we need to specify that where we want to have these things, right? I want to have this at 20 and again this at 21. Going to save this and going to run this. Detach is first. Okay, fine. So what we are doing, we are writing it label 1 only. So we need to write label. So this is my output. Now I have name, I have year. Okay, so now what we are going to do, I am going to have one more factor, that is age. But age, I am not going to pass that age, I am going to calculate the age. Okay, let's just create that age for us and then we are going to calculate the age. Okay, I can name that as result. Okay, but that is our choice. I can name that, there must not be any kind of confusion. And inside that result, where I want to store the result, that is in the age. And let's say I am naming it as result because that is not an input box. Okay, that is a result we are going to have. That is not an input box. And inside that result variable, since it is not an input box, so we need to give a label. So right now we are just leaving it blank because age is going to be get calculated by my program. Okay, and similarly I need to specify that where that those two variables should appear on my, and I'm going to have this result in the line number 41 that is parallel to one another. Okay, So now there is one thing that we are going to do now. You just need to pay attention here. See, till now, what we were doing, we were just entering the thing. Now we want to connect that input with the output. What I want, whatever year I am entering, so my date, my total age would be calculated based upon that input, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a button for that, because without a button, we cannot do anything. So what I'm going to do, I am going to have a button variable here. Okay. Button variable will do what? When you click on that button, it is going to give you the output. So I am importing wx. There is a function that is known as button. Inside that button, what I am writing, panel dot comma label. I'm going to give a label to that button. Okay, there must be something written on that button. Suppose I am writing it as calculate, because we are going to calculate the age. So I have written calculate. Okay, and now we need to bind that button. For that we are going to use one function that is known as bind function. With what I want to bind it, wx, there is an event that is on click event. So I'll write evt underscore button, that is event button. Okay, so what kind of event you want to have, that is press underscore button. Whenever user will press that button, it is going to give you the output. Okay, so this is my code. Let's just run this code once and let's just see. So once we have defined this press button event, now we need to write that press button event function inside our program. Okay. Now what I want to pass the parameter to this try.py. So I need to import this file as well, because I want to calculate my functions from there. So you need to write import try. Once you have imported try, now we are going to define that def. For defining the function, we are going to define that press button event. What that function is going to do for me, right? What that function is going to do for me, that is event. Okay. Now inside this, what we are going to do, age is equals to, now age is a variable I have taken. Okay, now we are going to use the value that is input underscore box. See, now you need to check out, we have two boxes, one is input box 1 is input box. You have two different boxes. Now see, year is being entered in input box, so we are going to write input box. Have a look at that, right? Get value, we are going to use the value that is going to entered by user in this function, right? Now user can enter any value, so we are just going to convert that value into either integer or float. Maybe by mistake user enters string, so you need to check that whether the value entered must be integer. So for that I'm going to write float here. You can write int also, there is no such issue, right? And after that I'm going to write what result dot, that is set label. Okay, inside that set label, what we are going to do, that is I have a file that is try. Inside that file, what function I have given the name, that is calculate underscore age, try dot calculate underscore age. And what we are going to give the value, a is small, I guess, in my function name, that is a is small, right? So inside that, what we are going to give the value, that is age. There is no problem. You can have the formal argument name and the actual argument name same. I can write here too as well. That is actually my choice. There is no such issue in that, right? But there is one more thing, that whatever user will enter, we are going to convert that into string, because in that we don't want to perform any kind of operation. Now if you can just have a look, that try is coming in a different color, because try is actually a keyword. So we are going to change the name of our file and we are going to name it as try1, because try is a keyword, right? So I am just renaming my file. I am just writing it try1 Okay. Yes, actually, since result was a not an input box, so I am supposed to write because static is your label works only with that put screen, but your label has not appeared on your screen. See here, I'm going to enter the, and here let's say I'm entering the age. There is button is not visible because I guess I have not set the size of the button. Yes, I have not set the size, so you need to set the size of the button. Okay, so what I can write here, that is sizer dot add button. Okay, let's say I want to have in the line number middle, I want to have that in middle. So that is our choice how we want to I'm entering the name, that is Mahajan, and then I'm entering the year, let's say 9. I am pressing calculate and it is giving me none. You know why none? Because we need to have a look at that, why it is giving me none. Because we are printing age here, we are not supposed to print age here. Okay, don't print age here. And so we need not to write print here because we are not going to print age here, we are just going to return the age value. Okay, so now let's just run this code one. Bring Mahajan and then here let's say I'm saying 9, calculate, and it is giving me 24. If you are going to change the value, this is how you can create your own desktop application. I have used very simple logic of using date and time module. You can modify. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson and you have learned how you can create your desktop application. If you like my video, then please don't forget to subscribe my channel.